Hello, everybody. Welcome to Harry J's Got Something to Say. Episode 3. Didn't think we'd make it this far. But if you saw episode 2, we were doing vinyl A to Z. We did A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, because that's how the song goes. We will now be doing HIJKLMNOP. And if you like them, just do me a favor and subscribe or like or whatever they let you do down there. Subscribe and like. I was told I'm supposed to do that. So that's what I'm doing. Subscribe and like. All right, guys. Here we go. H. H is for Polly Jean Harvey, better known as Miss PJ Harvey, the true English Rose, because she is the best. PJ Harvey is probably one of the greatest, most significant female artists, especially coming out of the UK, ever. You know, she's kind of like a modern day. I put her in the Patti Smith category. She's just so artistic and so brave. She's really amazing. And every record sounds different. And, I mean, she's got the stuff that Albini did. She's got stuff, whatever the range is. Soft, folky, in-your-face, grungy. She's done it. And she's probably done it better than most guys. This is 4-track demos by PJ Harvey. It originally came out like in 1993. And there were the demos from her just previous album, Rid of Me. And oh my God, they're raw and they're fantastic. I mean, it's just her belting this stuff out. And it's really good. It's insightful as well. They reissued this in 2020. This is the reissue because, yeah, I didn't have it in 1993. But this is really excellent stuff. They've put out a bunch of her demos. They put out a box set of her demos from a lot of her albums. And I've happened to pick them up one at a time. Here, there. So I got like, I don't know, 6 more PJ Harvey demo albums. And I love them all. I love them all. So, PJ Harvey, love her. Why wouldn't you? Pick it up. 4-track demos. Excellent, excellent album. Next, I. I is interesting because it could be anything. So, I kind of went back to my college days. Yeah, they let me into college. I don't know why they did, but I did go. And I'm going, I is for INXS, in excess. In excess. And I'm going with Shuba. This is a great record. This is pre-Kick. This is all the super major videos and way pre the autoerotic stuff. This is a great record. Obviously, 40th anniversary of the 82 classic album. I think most people peak young. Most people's best work is done when they're younger. I don't think I'm breaking any news there. But this, I mean, the one thing, Don't Change. I think everybody likes Don't Change. Don't Change is pretty ubiquitous on, like, modern rock stations. They were really great. I like them, actually, all the way up through The Swing. This is their 3rd record. I like The Swing. And then after that, hey, be successful. Go for it. Doesn't mean it's going to be your best work. To me, this is their best work. In Excess, from Australia. I seem to be liking Australian bands, I've noticed. J is for Double J. JJ. The greatest J. The greatest female rock and roller of all time. Oh, I'm having a lot of women on tonight. Joan Jett. And not just any Joan Jett. This is Pure and Simple by Joan Jett and the Black Hearts. Now, Joan Jett and the Black Hearts, Pure and Simple, is a direct, unapologetic reaction to the Riot Grrrl music that was going on at the time. Joan was a big, big backer of these bands. She helped them out. They probably helped her resurge a little. But she was in it. I can't explain how much I like this record. Bad Reputation. I love Rock and Roll. All those are great records. I love them all. I don't know if I dislike a Joan Jett record. It's kind of like disliking a Ramones record. I don't dislike a Joan Jett record, but I listen to this one a lot. It's got amazing songs. It's got Go Home, Eye to Eye, Spinster. Hostility. Oh my gosh. Activity Girl. Da-na-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na-na-na. So good. And so of the era. But it holds up. And this is about the time she was doing stuff with the Gits after the horrible murder. And it's where she joined with the surviving members of the Gits and did Evil Stig, which is Gits Live backwards. And an aside, went and saw the Gits at the Viper Room in Los Angeles with my friend Dino, and we went and saw the Gits, and right in front of me was standing Cherie Currie from the Runaways, and I was right behind her, and then Joan started to play Cherry Bomb, and Cherie just looked up like, "Hey, man," and Joan just gave her the Cherie turned around, gave me the Elaine from Seinfeld, like, "Get out," pushed me out the way, and stormed out of the room. I think it was 3 years later that Cherie and I were in a recording studio making a single together with my rock band, a 7-inch cover of Cherry Bomb. She didn't know me at the club when she pushed me, but she knew me later. Anyway, great record, Joan Jett and the Black Hearts. You can just get anything by Joan Jett. It's just, that's easy. All right, I spent a lot of time on that because I like Joan Jett. I like her a lot. Next up, K is for King Bees. Now, the King Bees are great. If you like anything in that blasters kind of rock and roll revival stuff, this is kick-ass. She was a sweet, sweet girl to me. Sweet, 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 sweet. Oh, so good. My wife and I sing that song around the house all the time because we're nerds. But this album came out on RSO, the Robert Stigwood Organization label, famous for such hits as the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band movie soundtrack, and a lot of Bee Gees. But the King Bees are great. This is really, really good. If you like rock and roll, if you like the Flamin' Groovies, if you like the Blasters, if you like anything that's just like rock and roll, this is fantastic. Holy crap, I've been spending my whole life in Australia. Oh my god. Maybe I need to move to Australia because I seem to like a lot of those bands. L is for Lime Spiders. They are great. Lime Spiders. This is Head Cleaner, which is a it's kind of a comp of all the stuff that they had done. This is 1989. They didn't have a lot of albums at this time, but it came out on cassette in like 87, and then it came out vinyl a couple years later. And this I mean, Mick Blood, Richard Lawson, they're just great. I mean, if you like any of that Nuggets stuff, this is like the modern version of all of that awesome Sonics type of rock stuff. The song Slave Girl alone puts them in the upper echelon of. But anyway, this has Slave Girl, Weirdo Libido, great songs, Australian guitar driven, just garage rock. That's the word I've been searching for. My gosh, I'm getting old. This is rock, garage rock, and it's awesome. It is great. I don't think Slave Girl's coming out today, but tough. M is for The Move. Split Ends, The Move. This is the launching pad for Mr. Jeff Lynne, one of the greatest musicians, producers, songwriters, human beings. Well, I don't know him, so he might not be a good human being. But he's great at all the other stuff I said. Jeff Lynne, Roy Wood, The Move. This has got such great songs. Oh my God, Do Ya. This is the original version of Do Ya. I mean, this is a comp. Put that out there. But this has the original version of Do Ya, which ELO turned into, I don't know, $50 million in a nice house for Jeff Lynne. Message from the Country, Chinatown, Words of Aaron, Down on the Bay. Down on the Bay, then California Man, both of which Cheap Trick covered, and both of which maybe Cheap Trick wins. This is the launching pad for ELO, Jeff Lynne, all the stuff that was to come. Roy Wood went on to do Wizard. Maybe not as big as ELO, but hey, I like Wizard. They're good. Going back to my boys. Can't not do N and do my boys. I got the guy's name like tattooed on my arm. That guy being Johnny Thunders. N is for New York Dolls. This guy really liked my cat. He was in my apartment and he liked my cat. You got Arthur Kane, Sylvain, Johnny Thunders. You got, of course, the fantastic only heroin junkie who could keep a rhythm drummer, Jerry Nolan. And Mr. Buster Poindexter himself, David Johansen. This obviously is history. It's New York history. It's, I guess, any insights I'll have were that, I had read that they weren't really happy with Todd Rundgren producing. And here's something you need to learn about the world. It's out there all over that maybe they didn't like Todd Rundgren producing. But then I talked to Sil, because my band and I were his backup band and toured with him for a little bit in the 90s. And I asked Sil, I said, so what's the deal? What's the deal with Todd Rundgren? And he goes, oh, it was great. Well, that was a terrible New York high-pitched accent, so I'll stop that right now. I apologize. But he's like, oh, he's great. He's like, he was very nice, he was cool, came in, yeah, green hair, yeah, he was cool. I'm like, well, all the press reports say that you guys were hated him. And he's like, what is the press now? So, and the other last quick story about touring with Sil was that we opened for John Entwistle. His manager got mad and rushed the stage and tried to kick us off. You're not kicking off a New York doll. So, sorry, Entwistle. That was in Atlanta. This one is great because this is not, and I'm looking at my phone, this is not the one I think people would pick for O. Uh, uh, they might pick this band, but they're not going to pick this album. And I'm picking The Only Ones, and I'm doing Baby's Got a Gun by The Only Ones. I love this record. It's really good. It's really funny because it's their first one with a producer and, kind of like that record label imprint, like trying to be, I don't want to say sell out or whatever, but it's their first record where they tried to have hit songs. Oh, it didn't work. Of course it did not work. I mean, Peter Parrott is like 80% Johnny Thunders, so this guy's not gonna have a hit. Uh, Obviously, Special View was the first time I got introduced to them, which was their first album and second out, like the best of from their first and second albums, and it was really good. Oh, back to Entwistle. They opened for The Who in 1980 on tour. I can't even imagine what the Who fans thought of this junkie. Because this is rock and roll music. This is like, if you like the Heartbreakers, if you like, I don't know. It's rock and roll music. It's really great. There was a whole era of really great artists in the late 70s and early 80s. And I put even, like the Pretenders in there. Where the people just played instruments really well, but they still had like a punk ethic. But they were writing like cool songs and pop songs. And I mean, Another Girl, Another Planet, which is not on this. I mean, it's one of the greatest songs ever written. But this is good stuff. Good rock and roll. Peter Parrott. Don't drive a car in America because you might kill somebody. What? Did I say that? Okay. And P. We're down to P. And if I'm going to do the New York Dolls for N, anybody who knows me knows what I'm going to do for P. I'm going to do James Osterberg. Where's the P? That's Iggy Pop, my friend. Iggy Pop. Iggy Pop, Lust for Life. I mean, one of my cars has a license plate that says Iggy Pop on it. That's true. Other ones, Lou Reed. I'm a cliche. So anyway, this is Iggy Pop, Lust for Life. It could be one of the greatest records of all time. The first Three Stooges records obviously are great. I'm not downplaying the Stooges. Oh, the Stooges were way better. Yeah, Stooges are great, monumental, changed music. But for Iggy, Lust for Life, and this, where are we going? RCA International. This is a German pressing. Again, because my wife is cool and this is hers. I'm writing coattails all the time. That could be the history of my life. But Iggy Pop, Lust for Life. I mean, besides the song Lust for Life, which became a Carnival Cruise commercial. I mean, if it says, I've had it in the ear before, but you're putting it in a commercial for a cruise? What's wrong with you marketing people? 16, which you can't sing anymore. Some Weird Sin, The Passenger. Everybody loves The Passenger. I mean, that song is great. Tonight, Success, Turn Blue, Neighborhood Threat, Fall in Love with Me. This is a perfect record. If you are unfamiliar with or do not have a lot of, what do I want to call it, alternative records from the 70s, this is step one. Get this record. Just get this record. It is great. So it's 1977. Hunt Sales, Tony Sales, which is my favorite rhythm section. Literally, these two guys. Soupy Sales kids. They are the rhythm section in this. They're the rhythm section in Tin Machine with David Bowie many years later. They're my favorite. That's my favorite rhythm section. Are they the best at what they play? Maybe not. Are they my favorite? Oh, hell yeah. Iggy Pop, James Osterberg, Lust for Life, RCA. Get it. Just get it. I mean, the man's like 80 years old. See him if you can, while you can. All right, everybody, that's it. That's all. Next week, episode 4. So what did we just do? HIJKLMNOP. So we're going to do QRSTUV. Screw it. WXYZ. We'll just finish it out. That's 10 left. We'll do that. Don't want to string this along too much. All right, everybody. That's what I got. I'm Harry J. I had something to say. Love those records. Leave any comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe. And next week, next Sunday, same time, same station. All right. Goodbye, everybody. Whoa.